Veteran Californian Senator Dianne Feinstein may be back in the U.S. Senate, but is she fit to be there? We are learning more tonight about the severity of the senator's health problems. Hal Eisner, he's live in Woodland Hills with more on this. Hal?
Yeah, and there is quite a bit of concern. First of all, I want to show you some numbers. Take a look at this right here. 1 in 3 of us, according to doctors, will end up getting shingles. Senator Feinstein got shingles. That's why she was out. According to doctors, Ramsay-Hunt syndrome will affect 5 out of 100,000 people that get shingles. That causes facial paralysis. And encephalitis affects 1 in 40,000 people. So you can imagine getting both at the same time is pretty rare. Ever since returning to the Senate after a bout of shingles, 89-year-old Senator Dianne Feinstein has been seen in a wheelchair with what appears to be facial paralysis. The New York Times reporting that she has complications that haven't been previously disclosed publicly, which include facial paralysis from Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which is another form of shingles. A note here, Dr. Susie Bash is not a Feinstein doctor, nor is she personally familiar with the case. As for Ramsay-Hunt syndrome,
is essentially shingles of a cranial nerve, the 7th cranial nerve, and that's affected right around your ear.
Neuroradiologist Dr. Susie Bash says how soon she can get over that, if at all, really depends on the severity of it. But there is reportedly another complication.
So these are areas of abnormal swelling in the brain tissue.
Bash uses a completely unrelated MRI image to show us how encephalitis, or brain swelling, shows up on an MRI as white areas.
This is areas of inflammation in the brain tissue. So abnormal inflammatory cells in the brain tissue that are causing this bright signal in the brain.
How serious is that?
It's very serious. Brain swelling is very serious.
Bash says she has no idea about the Feinstein case, but in general, it's concerning that she's had both complications.
It actually portends a poorer prognosis or less chance of full recovery. So it's concerning.
But it's clear that she is not who she was, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago.
To political science professor Fernando Guerra at Loyola Marymount and Jessica Levinson at Loyola Law School, they say the situation is sad and difficult, but short of a 2/3 vote in the Senate to remove Feinstein, she is likely to stay on, they say, and absolutely can.
So in the Senate, we have a history of other aging senators being essentially wheeled out to do their jobs, meaning to vote on key issues, and some of whom have passed away in office, some of whom have been essentially forced to resign.
But at the end of the day, substantively, as long as she can continue to be wheeled in to vote, I don't think it'll make a big difference.
And so when you talk to Guerra, when you talk to Levinson, what they'll tell you is that in the end, there is only one person who really will be able to make a difference here, and that is Senator Dianne Feinstein. This is really going to be up to her. Alex Marla, back to you.